Alright, bench 2, and we're doing the cleanup of the body. I've used this time Meguiar's Cleaner Wax, Brazilian Carnauba Cleaner Wax. I thought, well, let me try that. Cleans, polishes, protects. Safe for all paints and clear coats. So, I thought, instead of doing the compounding and then waxing, let's just try the one. And damn, it does a pretty good job. Yes, indeed. I've already done the back. So I'm just doing this as a cleanup before I start the pick card. Ooh, yeah, nice. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, there's dirt on my pad. Let me get that off. Dirt on my pad. Clean this off again. Whew. Dust. Okay, nice shiny job. Look at that. Beautiful. There's the big light up top. Yeah. And inside is really clean compared to many that I've gotten. Down in the pocket down here, you can see just that little bit of whiteness there. That's about it, and a tiny little bit right there. Even on the headstock, no dirt in the holes when I took off the tuners. Whoops. There is some chipping here underneath the bridge. Where's the bridge? Here. So, you know, this is the standard bridge. The plate and everything is okay. Those could be replaced with, you know, stainless steel or brass. But what's going to happen now is that I'm going to be putting in a direct replacement, a Wilkinson, with a block and 6 nice stainless steel saddles on it. And it has a push-in funny arm instead of the screw-in that this one has. The screw-ins are nice, but you never know where they're going to actually stop if you're going to put them on. And I hate when I see them hanging down and then you got to go down and grab for them to bring them up to do it before you're doing something. If you're playing, you'd like to be able to put your hand on it, you know, like just right there. That's where my buddy Phil McGarrett does it. He has one like that, and his struts are right there. Now, I'm really impressed with this body. As I mentioned before, and I couldn't really show you, the neck pocket, look, no paint in it. There's a tiny little bit up here, but I smoothed that off, and no paint in the pocket. Now, I did just flatten it off a tiny little bit more, and I put a little wipe-on poly in it, just to seal it up. And that's it. It's going to be ready to mount all the new stuff when I get it done. This pick guard is a little bit dirty, and we're going to clean all that up. And it's the springs that are a problem, I think. The way this is mounted, I'm going to take them off and see if I can get them to sit more flat. And yeah, we're going to remove this and do some good stuff. So we'll move this aside now. Over there. And then can actually move this too. Bring this out, and then we start to think about, well, what are we going to do with all this stuff? And like I said, I think I'm going to go volume, volume, tone. I had a thought an hour or so ago of going volume, 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 and no tone. I'm going to start disassembling before I start thinking about which way I'm going to go. Okay, the issue with the pickups not sitting flat is because they're using these little straight springs and not the conical ones like these. So I put that in here and it's sitting flat. So that's going to solve that problem. So the new bridge has a set screw here that is not accounted for in the routing. So I'm just giving it some space. Okay, that's good. That will do it. Okay, it's time for the tap test. Okay, I hear the amp. That works. So in position 2 you can blend these two together. 3, 4, 5. Yay! A1. So the back of the board looks like that. I've braided all the wires, tie wrapped them together down there, all neat, common ground, plain, added silver, and ground for the bridge. Pretty neat and pretty cool. These wires cross at 90-degree angles, so there's no noise over. And now all we got to do is make this fit in. The routing in there is good enough to be able to get a full-size wafer in there. I've got one tiny problem, and it's probably just a wire on the edge to make it sit flat. Okay, I put the pickguard on temporarily with just a couple of screws. So the body is ready. I am going to have to now move my body to bench number 1, where I will do fretwork on the neck. I have to say that if there's one thing they could have done better was to put the a little bit larger, the neck size up frets on this neck, and I don't think it would have changed the price of the neck or the overall guitar in any way, or insignificantly. Yes, I think they could have done that. That would be the one improvement over the regular stuff that you'd get on a budget guitar. I've gotten bigger frets than this on budget guitars that cost less money than $189 Canadian. Alright, so we are ready to run that around. And I really like being able to work on necks that you can take off, especially with, you know, the head The headstock tuner is gone. It sits flat on my table. Doesn't rock at all. When I'm not changing the tuners, I usually put a foam pad underneath this part of the headstock to balance it. But I am going to change these. So, makes it a little bit easier. I'm going to go with the long one to start. See how that goes. Oh, I forgot one thing. To mark the frets that I'm already going after. And where. Because once I get the marker sanded off, I don't remember where the frets were. But I have to check. Because if I get a high one here, I can't use that one to check this one. So those ones here that are not checked, I got to go back and do them. Now with the nut not there, it makes it easier to get a nice long stroke. So we're just going to go after that with the tools, and then I'll see how it goes. Well, alright, I've got me some fret leveling done. And there's one other thing that they could have improved. I thought this might have been Indian laurel, but however, I look at the bottom and look there. It's maple with the stain on the edges. Comes around. It's maple. Stained maple. That's why it's hard like maple. So, you know, $139 monoprice and Donners came in here with Indian laurel on them, and or a kind of a rosewood, or some version of it. And this is just a piece of stained maple. So I don't know why you had to stain it. If you're going to do that, you could have just left it maple. So it doesn't need the hydration that you normally put on some of the other woods because it's maple. Indeed. So next thing is to clean up this stuff and start putting those Kane's tuners on here. And then get ready to marry up the body and the neck and string it. And the tuners are mounted, and synthetic lubrication has been put into each one of them. Spin this back on. These Kane's branded tuners, I'm sure, are Geikers. Made for them with the Kane's logo on it, or name. I've also seen these on Temu under the Safu brand, which is another made by somebody else, put your name on it, Safu, just like the pickups that I didn't really like a little while ago, like over a year, with the white tops on them. Okay, so that's done. Well, they were very generous with the screws. They gave me 13 screws for 6 tuners. So they go in the stash. That goes back up on the shelf. I gotta go get a couple of string trees and the body. And just like that, it's done. So I did a lot of work putting it all together, resetting up the intonation, and cutting the slots in the nut down to where they needed to be over the first fret. Once I glued it in there over top of that shim, everything's working out perfectly. The neck is smooth. Point 31 is working perfectly. The action on the guitar is incredible now. Incredible. 3/64. And everything feels good. Everything feels good. So we got our standard 65 deluxe reverb up there. No effects on at the moment. And the bridge, so they have 500K pots in here. So it might be a little bit chimier than usual. Usable though. Middle. The neck on this sounds really good, and typically I never use a Strat neck pickup for anything. Even on my American with the Texas Customs in it, never really did it, but this one. Now, put the tube screamer on that. I love this neck pickup. I have to make some adjustments for that one. Like I said, in the second position, you can blend. I have to get another knob that says volume in gold to make it match, but that's just there for now. So volume, volume, tone. Okay, here we go. like it, guys. I like it. I really like it. Haven't put the back cover on yet. Straight 3 springs. I like it. Between this one and the Bullfighter, I think there's gonna be a competition. Yeah, in budget friendly guitars, this one and the Bullfighter are gonna fight it out. Although I did change the pickups on the Bullfighter. This turned out pretty good. Really nice. Appreciate all your support. Catch us in the next one.